been many game ones, game twos where they've destroyed their opposition. It's been closing out the series that's been difficult for them. I mean, even looking back to Boston, they destroyed Moist in game one of that series in their first match of the tournament, and then they lost 3-1. So a hot start for Furia would not be surprising, but the consistency is what they've been missing recently.
Well, I may be accused of hyperbole, but this may well be one of the most high-pressure debuts we have ever had. In the case of Nalbo, straight into the cauldron. The big rematch from the semi-finals last year. Gamers8, is this where it begins for real?
And that was a nice 50-50 there by Nalbo to kick things off, but he got hard right on his infield pass attempt. It was lost. He was ready and waiting for it. Now a shot attempt coming in. Oh, what a save! To deflect it into the crossbar. Ridiculous pre-jump there from Falcons.
Straight away, a fantastic block on the goal line, but Furia starting hot. But they'll remember what it's like to be here. They'll remember what it's like to break Falcons fans' hearts. And they're starting off game one the better. Card flicks it high. But it's Ahmad that's there. How much would Nalpo love? Just take a clean couple of touches to get himself settled. And here he is on the ball.
Yeah, these two teams have not played since that fateful night last year where Furia came out on top. It was a 3v3 that finished off the reverse sweep, the first best of 7 reverse sweep in a Rocket League LAN. It's not the touch Nalpo wanted, didn't get the ceiling read. Ahmad's got his back. It's been mostly Furia pressure so far, but now Falcons finally getting going. Here comes Nalpo, wanted the floor double, missed it slightly behind him. TRK has a chance. Backboard well defended by Furia.
Almost reminiscent of Vatira there, TRK, with the finals game, I think it was. No, the semi-finals against Neo Tokyo. Zen against Carmine Corporate Worlds. Ahmad. Nalpo there gets in the way. TRK in the corner. Card is waiting for that one. Furia starting game on the best. The demo helps out as well. Card also steals some boost. Some more danger, more damage done.
Big miss.
A huge miss. Nalpo's coming in. They won't be able to put that one all the way to the net.
It didn't have enough boost to really send that one high towards the Furia goal. But Nalpo's been active. He's had plenty of chances to play the ball. Furia looked like the more creative team at the start of this game. Nalpo in field. Ahmad in reverse, having to try and get back into position there. Giving away the ball a bit now, both teams, as TRK passes infield off the wall. Great cut on the pass again by Lost. It's not the first time that he's cutting off the Falcons pass.
First touch was clean as well, able to find it towards Card. And now Lost not afraid to go backwards too, so any nerves from him don't seem to be there. Another smaller player in real life who just has so much presence on the pitch. Card there into the corner, TRK keeping it out. Furia continuing just to ask questions of Falcons. Lost cuts in again. Card has a chance for the double tap. It should be 1-0. It is 1-0. And Card gives them the lead.
Card silences the local crowd as Nalpo gets intercepted and Lost sends it middle. Great finish by Card as well. And they have absolutely deserved that 1-goal lead so far. Furia have been the more active team in the midfield. They're cutting off passes, they're setting up chances, and they get the first goal.
Lost who, throughout the RLCS season, was becoming a little bit more deliberate in his playstyle, less of these aggressive cuts and half rotations. Seems to be reverting back to an earlier type of play. Maybe it works better on LAN than it does online. Just charging down everything Falcons are attempting. Ahmad wants to slow things down. Yan in the way this time. Lost beats Nalpo to the ball cleanly. Card's there now, chasing it down again. Furia can sense blood. It could be a second if TRK's touch isn't ideal. As far as Lost, but TRK charges it down. That's what Falcons have to do. Stop Furia getting these clean touches. When they intercept in the center, it could be another clean one here, but Ahmad was already up. And Yan isn't quite able to finish the job. Nalpo now into the ceiling, and Furia will be very pleased how this one started.
Yeah, they've really just had Falcons in a stranglehold. Fake aerial, and the follow-up from Card. 2-0 Furia. Falcons cannot get out of defense. Yan beats TRK to the ball. Lost fakes Ahmad out there. And Card has the finish, a full team play.
Yeah, full team play from a team who's played together for almost the entire season, and that experience is showing for them. 2-0 to the good, and more than deserving of that lead as well, as the crowd attempt to rally and get behind their Falcons. Not quite happening so far. Nalpo with a safe touch forwards, sticking to the ball as we know that he can do, instead trying to let in his teammates. Card though, chases one down for Furia, up against Nalpo. Closes him down, Nalpo in a little bit of trouble again. Then a demo comes in to allow TRK forwards. Ahmad's trying to get rid of Yan. TRK fakes it,
he missed
but he can't quite get the pinch in the back of the net.
Oh, TRK trying to squash it in with a post pinch, but it goes the other way. They're still in with a good chance here, but once again, the infield pass is cut off by Furia. Falcons need to be more clinical. They haven't had many chances to speak of. They thought adding output to the roster would just add more offense in place of Khaled, who's been the third man for the team in the past. it hasn't been the case. They've struggled to get shots on net. That's another one sent away from Lost.
But it was an example of Naopo getting involved, putting the ball into the center, even though it wasn't quite finished. And there is Naopo again. Furia, though, not finishing this one on the back foot, even though Falcons are trying to make that happen. Standing as tall as they can do. Ahmad in the center. TRK, does he get this boost? No, he doesn't. But instead leaves it for Ahmad. Good play from him, allowing Naopo in. More bumps and demos coming in from Falcons. Ahmad's up. Ahmad can't quite close down Lost. And Falcons, for all their efforts, have only really had one gilt-edged chance. This could be another one for Furia, but Jan can't quite get the redirect.
Yeah, Furia have been the better team in this game.
Then he can.
They're getting creative again in offense. They've just had so much confidence with their team attacks, getting everybody involved. I don't think Falcons have had anywhere near the same level of aggression. There's a chance, but it's saved by Lost. Just waited. He didn't pre-jump like Naopo was hoping he would. The shot to the bottom corner easily deflected away, and it's going to be the defending champions who start off with a win.
Furia will see Gamers8 as their tournament. Jan put the trophy down at the start of the event. He will want it back. He was the player from Furia who was standing up against the boos of the crowd, you know, smirking, smiling, enjoying it, soaking it up. Whereas his teammates just for a second looked a little bit overawed, but that performance from Furia, there was nothing overwhelmed about it.
I mean, they were dominant. That was an easy game one there for Furia. Falcons need to start to control the ball a little bit more. They were giving it away a little bit, get panicking in defense, and also maybe just trying a bit too much with the passing plays that were getting hard read by Furia. Too telegraphed there from Falcons. And now they've got the game choice going into the second game mode here. Could be 1v1, could be 2v2. Now, when Falcons did have a choice, it was 2v2 that they picked against Furia the last time that these two played at Gamers8. Furia were in fact the team who chose 1v1 when they had a choice in that same matchup. Best of sevens, both teams get to choose if it goes to game 6 at least. Falcons have not only the choice of this game mode, but technically the choice of game 4 as well, because if we play 1v1 here, we'll play 2v2 in game 4 and vice versa.
What will they decide? All we can do is sit and wait as the cauldron simmers down for a minute or so until the crowd hear me and take that as a challenge and bring the chance back up. Hugely behind Falcons. The Falcons so far not quite performing to the standards that we hope from them. What do we hope from Falcons with Naopo?
I mean, I like I said earlier, I just want to see 4 games at least. I want to see all the game modes. I'm expecting to see Naopo and TRK in 2v2. I'm expecting to see TRK in 1v1. He was the undefeated player, the only undefeated player in 1v1 at Gamers8 last season. And when it comes to 2v2, Naopo and TRK have got a great track record. It looks like Card is pretty locked in there. Close to your screen. Jan having a good look at him. You know, it's unclear who the 2v2 team will be for Furia. Jan and Lost played a ton of 2v2 when Lost joined Furia initially in North America. They hit rank 1 and 2 in North America in 2v2, so they looked like they were going to be the team, but more recently, Jan's been playing with Card again. And of course, they were the team to beat in 2v2 last season.
All we can do, yet again, is wait and see. Falcons, this is a really tricky situation from them because they cannot shrink in this environment. Despite struggling in that first game, they cannot let it get ahead of them.
Yeah.
And they can't let it change the way they want to play Rocket League. You bring on a player like Naopo, a talent, a young, unpolished young threes player. And what you want to do is you want to be explosive. You want to be shocking and surprising. And it didn't really happen in that first game. It doesn't mean it can't, and it certainly doesn't mean that it won't.
Well, you know, he had plenty of the ball, which is a good sign. Naopo wasn't just completely invisible in the lobby. He did have chances to make things happen. He was winning some 50-50s and getting some clean beats. But Furia were just more creative. They took their time on the ball. They weren't just rushing to get the attack going. They really outplayed Falcons in the final third. You know, it's such a tough situation for Naopo, really. This is as much pressure as you can have in your debut. I mean, you have the Zen comparison, of course, the two being so similar in their trajectories going into a big team in their region, but Zen debuted online. Naopo's debuting online. Now, of course, he has played RLCS before. He played one split in the 2021-22 season, and I think, for me, online, he was right up there with TRK as best player in the region. He carried Cola to almost have a winning record against Falcons. It was Falcons who had to really fight to keep them at bay in the spring split back then in RLCS. But yeah, this is a totally different story of playing on LAN in front of a home crowd against the defending champions. that's a different level of pressure.
And now they have their man, Falcons. I'm sure that for Nalpo, he was someone they would have wanted for a while. And the opportunity is here for them to show why they've brought him in. It's always going to be a controversial decision, replacing Khaled. There's always going to be people saying why, because Khaled is that good. And I'm sure Khaled will go to another team and do perfectly well as well. I look forward to that as the tournaments continue and the season returns. But really, for Falcons, it feels harsh to say because it's their first match, but you have to step up right now.
Oh, yeah.
And this is something else that Nalpo's going to have to deal with. You know, clearly there's some sort of tech issue that they're trying to fix. Nalpo, you can't just give up. You can't lose concentration. You have to stay alive and you have to stay with it. Yeah,
they've got the ultimate test here, really, for Falcons. We're talking a lot about how the pressure's on the young Nalpo's shoulders, but the whole team, they need to deliver. They have a packed out crowd in front of them, all wanting and expecting them to win and avenge last season's loss. But it's not that easy. Furia are looking phenomenal so far. They really have not made any mistakes today. They've been flawless against Limitless, now flawless in game one. I feel like the confidence is just back. As soon as they arrived, they just got their aura back that they've been missing during RLCS. Can the crowd lift them? Can they lift Falcons to regain, to bounce back? They're already trailing 1-0. We're still waiting to hear what game they've chosen, what game mode they've chosen.
Maybe that's the delay. Maybe they're just really thinking, we could do ones, but then who do we pick? Nalpo or TRK? Oh, that's not bad either in twos. Is he joining the twos? They're trying to figure things out. I'm sure everybody is. But yeah, back to Furia. I mean, their match earlier on against Limitless, it was really the 2v2 where we saw the true return of their confidence, in my opinion. Lan and Lost playing together. Lost, who came in, did not have the impact that we expected from him. We expected them to bring even more chaos and brilliance to Furia, and instead they sort of just trended in the center a little bit more.
Yeah.
The 2v2s, the pre-jumps, the passing plays, the flip resets, the ceiling hit that Jan got to. It was huge. And this is the duo we're going to see on the side of Furia. And for the twos, it's TRK and Nalpo.
Yeah, TRK and Nalpo expected, but it's Jan and Lost. So, you know, Jan's basically got the pick of the litter there. He can choose card if he wants to, Lost if he wants to. They're both great teammates for him in twos. But Lost earlier on did synergize so well with him. It's no surprise to see him being picked up here. Nice defense there by the aforementioned as he keeps Falcons in that near post area.
TRK's coming in. Would raise the roof if he and Falcons could get the lead, especially if Nalpo gets on the score sheet. They'll be desperate to lift this young man's spirits. Furia trying to do the opposite. Jan has it into the center. He's met by TRK. Here's Nalpo playing it safe for now, keeping control of the ball. Up against Lost, maybe underneath. Lost instead weaves it between them and gets himself involved.
The first goal for Falcons is the new signee. Air dribble mind game and a great dunk as well. Bouncing the ball nicely over Jan. The boost just ran out for Furia. That's going to lift his spirits. That's going to get him in the zone if he wasn't in it already.
We talked about Furia reading each other's minds earlier, but Jan didn't read that one. Wasn't sure what Nalpo was cooking up with the dunk and the block. And now he has the ball again. Jan, he's pitched it past him already. Look at the turn of pace. Chasing down Lost. Can't quite get him. Confident defending from Lost. And now it's Furia who are looking shaken. Lost up against Nalpo, who wins that race. Jan is up there against TRK. TRK pass him. When Falcons turn the pace on, Johnny, they're getting past Furia at will.
Contrary to the last game, it's been Falcons' pressure. Furia had the pressure pretty much the entire 3v3. Oh, that's a risky play there. That's a Falcons sent completely flying down the other end of the pitch. That's a very, unnecessary risk as well. They're up by 1. They don't need to be playing the ball into dunks. More mind games for now. But he gets intercepted by Jan. TRK's here to cover him.
Yeah.
Furia starting to get some chances.
The comms were good, though. I think Nalpo realized that one wasn't quite going to work. And TRK, he was able to get back in time when the predicted intercut from Furia came in. Here's Jan up against Nalpo. Furia done well to take the sting out of the tail. These Falcons look like they were going to run away with things, but not quite to be. Furia get the ball grounded yet again. Jan has some time now in the air, and he has boost too. He gets his flip reset. What does he do with it? He goes the quick little hop. Nalpo gets the save to a huge round of applause. The crowd loved that one as it remains at 1-0.
Yeah, TRK taking his time with the dribble. He's opened up an angle here, but chips it straight into Yan. Maybe taking a bit too long now. Naupo's missed his interception. TRK's got some defending to do. He's in a 2v1. Naupo recovers just in time, but now he's been demoed. It's still all Furia.
Ooh, TRK went for it a little bit too early, and the shot was able to come in, and Lost, he equalizes. It's 1-1.
I love the placement. That is a tough shot to hit for Lost on the turn to snipe the top corner over TRK to tie the game. Now pressure back on Falcons. They need to settle down here. There are a couple of rush plays again. Naupo missing an interception that he didn't really need to be going for. Here he comes in the offense one more time though. Wanted the pre-jump, didn't get it, but what a dunk. TRK's got the open net. What an assist though by Naupo.
Even if you can't watch it, even if you can't hear us, the roar from the crowd will let you know that Falcons have returned their lead. It was Naupo. The challenge game so strong. Falcons' best weapon right now is getting Naupo that ball and letting him block anything Furia attempt. Get the ball again from the kickoff. Instead it's Lost. Naupo has no boost. What can Lost conjure? He and Yan in each other's pockets in the 2v2 earlier, going solo this time instead. Yan's arriving to help out. Lost arriving as well, waiting, lingering. But it's Naupo that it falls to. And how does this man, Johnny, always seem to have at least 60 boost?
The boost management's a huge part of his success. The speed is something he's known for. I mean, easily for me, one of the fastest players in the world now, but the burst of speed, really hard to rival. Scored the opening goal with a dunk. Set up the second goal with a dunk. It's been difficult to get in the way of him. As he air dribbles into the crossbar. TRK did not read that bounce.
Whew.
And now here come Fury the other way. Yan's got plenty of boost to play with here. Now put side flips, but TRK's got him covered. Again, it's Falcons who need to just calm down here. They're rushing themselves so much in these games, and they don't need to. They've got the lead.
Furia were almost able to make the most of a Falcons mistake, but TRK just about was able to do something from it. As Lost tracks this one round the corner. Is TRK just going to have the ball, but Lost did well. Can't get the second one though. Naupo weaves it between a couple of them. It's brilliant.
Oh, he's just too quick. It looked like he had options here. He could have air dribbled. Instead, he dribbles it, cuts it past one, shoots it past another, and it's just been Naupo who's been dominating this lobby. He's scored two, set up the other, and it's in his second game for the team. What a way to show up to the occasion.
The nerves are settling now. It could be a third. Oh, Lost gets the save. Oh my goodness, the bounce dribble from the ceiling. Almost brilliant yet again from Naupo. He's cutting in now. Intercepting the rotation. Yan gets it as far as TRK. Should be able to get another go at the ball. Here he comes. Lost gets in the way of Naupo. But TRK can send it forward. The time is dripping away. And Falcons, they are getting stronger by the second.
Yeah, it's just been the Naupo show so far. TRK has been playing a solid game, but just get the ball to the youngster, get the ball to the new player. Seems to be the plan. And watch him work again. Looking for the setup down the middle of the pitch. TRK slow plays. A heavy shot to the top corner. Test Lost, who was aware. He's back into the middle. Not really a connection there that TRK was ready for, but he does get back to the ball. Big time block by TRK. He's still got some boost to play with. They don't need a goal. That's just all to waste the remaining time as Falcons tie the series.
I love that from TRK at the end. It's not all about the flashy plays, not all about the mechanics. Just stealing a few seconds, sending the ball back to your own half in 2v2 can be massive. And Falcons will get themselves right back into this series. They take the 2v2, and Naupo comes online.
Just such a good game by both TRK and Naupo. They really were not in trouble for long. I think the equalizer probably gave them a brief scare, but they got right back to where they were. And they finished the job. Tie series. Everyone is happy about that. We get to see the 1v1. I know I'm probably the happiest person about that, but I don't have any shame in admitting it. Just didn't take long though. Right at the start of the game, air dribble dunk to start things off. Nice equalizer there from Lost. Perfect placement, but then again, Naupo air dribbling from almost the same place. And even though he didn't get the initial plan to work, he had a backup plan. Double tap, defended. Oh well, here's a dunk for you to deal with. Quicker dribble on the ground from the catch to set up the third goal as well. Yeah, great game all around from Naupo, but can they do it in 3v3?
That's the real question. Their first 3v3 was disappointing, it has to be said. Will the second one be better? Furia, they will do everything in their capability to ensure that that is not the case. as Card is going to be coming back into this one. He'll have a big role to play, I'm sure, in this next game, because he did so well in suppressing Falcons' might in game number 1. Game number 3 may well be a little bit different. Naopo has improved since then. He's become more confident and gained more belief on this pitch. We go to game 3 with the series balanced so delicately. Which team will be the first to fall?
I really want to see some controlled plays from Falcons in this game. I think, you know, if one criticism I do have about their almost perfect 2v2 game that they just played is that they were rushing every now and then. Oh my goodness, what a shot that is from Lost. A heavy hit from midfield. The Falcons can control the game. We know that they've got great 50-50, low 50-50 in particular to fall back on. It's not really something we saw a lot in the first 3v3.
Lost. Maybe had a chance to put a little bit more of a question mark into Falcons' mindset with that touch, but instead just rolled it towards Ahmad, who is also welcome back to the pitch. Lost will go himself. He's got boost to play with here. TRK a little bit stranded in the center. If he can get it over him, he does. Almost gets the next touch as well. Naopo just waited. Ahmad's on that back wall. He'll find TRK, but Ahmad can go by himself. Falcons having to defend. Furia eking their way back into the game. Now getting the clean touches. Oh, God, almost got a couple of demos. All he needed was one nearly, but there's a save on the goal line.
We're right back to Furia in 3v3, dominating with pressure. Falcons are nearly snuck a shot across the pitch. It would have been saved even if it was on target. Lost recovering quickly enough there. Yeah, Falcons are seemingly struggling to get the ball out of defense here. They are not used to defending all that often when they match up against South American teams this season, but Furia have definitely got their number so far in Rocket League's main game mode. Main esport game mode. This is really where Falcons have to prove that the pickup of Naopo is worth it. TRK has a flip reset, shut down well by Lost, who continues to be a force in defense.
Yeah, Lost in the 3v3s has been my MVP so far, an absolute star for Furia. Charging down Falcons at the best possible moment every time. The decision-making has been flawless from him. In a season that's seen him be heavily critiqued by fans, I think it's fair to say. Card into the center. TRK is waiting there, and TRK, for my liking, edging forward a bit too much, having to jump up vertically rather than attacking the ball with much momentum. And then it works out. His teammate helped him. Naopo tries to chase down Card. His TRK again in the center. It falls to Lost. How much boost does he have? 30. Enough to do something with, to get it past a couple of them. TRK arriving from the back. It remains 0-0, but this one's starting to be stretched.
Yeah, it looks like Falcons are trying to just do what everybody's doing these days, emulate Vitality. Naopo with another dunk attempt. It goes through. I mean, he's been tough to stop when he gets behind the ball, but Furia find a way once again. Okay, they're looking for that full rotation. TRK's not really sitting back and giving Naopo free rein. They're going for just a very standard rotation of 3 players doing whatever makes sense in whatever position they're in. Oh, that's not what Falcons have been known for over the years, with Khaled being such a clear third man. Well, now they don't really have one. TRK in the past has done that for various teams he's been on. It doesn't look like that's their plan for how they're going to play in 3s.
Meanwhile, Jan always desperate to get on the ball, tees up Lost almost. In the end, though, here comes Card. But now a chance for a counter. Naopo, does he chase? No, instead he rotates back. I thought that was a chance to really try and attack the Furia defense. Instead allows him to come back. Card, it's saved by Naopo. He has the confidence to defend from his own goal line. Does he have to do any more? TRK with Lost charging him down. Jan refusing to go away. Card up against Naopo. Card wins the race. Ahmad now on his back wall. It remains at 0-0. Such a close game. TRK has to win this and does.
Yeah, passing out defense has to be improved here from Falcons. They're struggling to get hard clears, and if you can't get hard clears, you need to try something else. There's a nice pass in the midfield. Naopo just up in case the whiff comes through, but of course Furia continue to succeed. Ahmad trying to force an own goal. Furia do not bite. We stay at a tie game.
Lost. Charged down by Naopo again, who turns it into a flip reset, combining these moves, but Ahmad knocks it backwards. That's dangerous. Lost now. Around the back wall, Ahmad knocks it to the side. Defends from his own poor touch. Naopo's turn to go again. Another dunk. It falls to TRK, but Lost has nipped in there. Lost can get it all the way. Lost can take the lead here, but saved by Ahmad.
Now, TRK straight down the middle. It's been missed. Jan backing up Card on that play. Again, Furia look a bit more scary in the 3v3 game mode moving forward. So many clean backboard bounces over the Falcons net.
Ooh. They're all in the same corner at the moment though, Johnny. It's a little bit nervy from Falcons with 20 seconds left. Furia ending it how they started the first game. Well on top. Yan with the first touch. No one from Falcons can go for it. He's put it in that perfect corridor of uncertainty. That one's almost own gold, but somehow it works out as Falcons' possession. Card there, now Poe's coming in. Lost and Card combining. Can he get the redirect towards Card? Yes, he can. Card with the pre-flip, but it's saved.
Oh, what a save by the youngster there. Ahmad had the air dribble bump on Card, who still blocked the shot. That nearly sealed it for Furia. Now Poe goes the other way, and Falcons respond.
They almost lost it at the death, and instead they stay alive and win from the kickoff. Falcons put themselves in series lead.
It was a strong kickoff for Falcons. Ahmad first to it. Naupo diving in and gets the winning goal again. I mean, he spent all the offense for Falcons today. 3v3, scoring twice and creating the other goal, scoring the only goal in game 3. Somehow Falcons have ended up a match point here, despite Furia dominating in terms of territory, pressure, possession, and every metric in those 3v3 games. Furia looked to be on top, but one kickoff was all it took for Falcons to steal the game.
Yeah, a kickoff goal will be something that Falcons would love as well. By no means luck right there. They work on these, they think about these. What a save that was from Naupo. When the chips were down, TRK almost coming in at the end, and then this, my favorite moment, the pre-flip from Card. Not quite enough. And then that was not as simple as it looked. Naupo, he was spinning his way to generate power, and he got them the win in overtime directly from the kickoff. To confirm, Johnny, it is time for the 1v1. You excited, mate?
Nah, don't really like 1v1. Not my favorite.
All right, well, let's just get this one. Let's just flip a coin.
Let's just get it over with. No, I'm excited. Of course, I'm excited. TRK, probably against Yan, most likely as well, because Lost is actually brilliant at 1v1 as well. They didn't have to play 1v1 against Limitless Furia. They got it done in 3. When the TRK and Yan matched up in 1v1 last season, it went all the way down to the wire. TRK won it by a single goal, but he was not comfortable in the matchup. In fact, he had the chance to run it back and he chose not to. And he looks like he's starting off strong here. 1 goal to the good off the back of a perfect play.
The crowd is starting to believe as TRK takes the early lead in what could be the series-winning game. From the kickoff, he had all the pressure, and 7 seconds in. 1 goal ain't much in 1v1, but my goodness, is it good for your belief?
And this is the 3rd single game that these two have played. Yan won the most recent one in a show match at last year's World Championship. TRK starting off strong. What a mind game to make it 2-0. Yan had moved, so he didn't have any chance to get that read. Oh, that's disgusting.
You have to sit back and enjoy that one from TRK. He could have done anything with that ball, and in the end, he chose to do nothing. And Yan did not see it coming at all. 2-0 in 17 seconds. And who knows how the rest of this game is going to go, but these early goals will help a lot.
There we go.
Yan has the early answer, and he's still in this one.
Yeah, a bit of a mistake there from TRK. He thought he could beat Yan to the mid boost. He realized late that Yan was going to take it away from him. A perfect first touch from Yan sets up his first goal of the game. This is really going to be a very important game in the seconds following every kickoff, because we have got 2 players who are so clinical with their shooting. Looks like TRK's made an adjustment there. Oh, what a touch by Yan. He passes to himself off the inside of the post, and now he's counter-attacking.
He can do some more with it as well. How's his dunk game? Oh, wasn't quite watching Naupo in the last 2v2. Instead, TRK gets the block. TRK takes it down the other side, and TRK returns the 2-goal lead.
Yeah, Yan just a bit too low on that attempted mid-air 50. TRK played the timing perfectly, and he looks like he's just the favorite at the moment. I mean, Yan has fallen down the 1v1 ladder recently just a bit. He was one of the absolute best players in 1v1 at last year's Gamers8 and the months that followed. But more recently, he's been struggling. TRK's been inactive, but he's awake for this one. Yan with an interception, though, will make it 2-3. And that was all too easy. TRK tried to keep the control in the back corner. Yan just read him, and the rest was far too simple.
Yan clinging on to the edge of the cliff and just about avoiding being kicked off by TRK. He's putting everything against his opponent. Yan keeps on going. Who takes this kickoff? It's fairly neutral, depending on this pinch, though. Yan gets towards the goal. Does he have the puck? Yes, he does. Oh, but he's missed. Oh, he's pre-flipped into it. It was the wrong decision. He does then get the demo, though. Round the corner. Can TRK get back in time from the spawn? No, he can't. Yan held his cool, and he equalizes.
I mean, that was such a great recovery from Yan. Even after TRK, I think it was a bit of a miss from Yan, a bit of a pull shot save from TRK. Yan got the demo and turned around and shot it over his head. Foolish from TRK to spawn at the far side there, but it would have been much smarter to spawn in between the ball and the goal.
What a turnaround.
Look at Yan, 4-3. Goals are flying in at either side of the pitch.
This is why we love the 1v1, the swings that we can see, a couple of kickoff goals. And suddenly it's the Furia man who's put them right back into this series. It was seeming like it was going away from them at the start. But Yan, he was not phased. He did not falter. Another kickoff, this one towards TRK. He gets some boost as well. What can he do with it? He's up. Yan's got 100 as well. TRK, does he go for the fake yet again? No, he waits. Then he goes for the edgeable bomb. And he sinks it. And Johnny, this is an absolute show match.
What a goal by TRK. Fakes the flip reset, fakes the wave dash shot, and instead just bumps Yan, who's waiting on the goal line for the shot to come towards him. He did not see TRK's car coming towards him. And we're right back to the center circle again. These guys have been trading heavyweight punches. Yan delays his kickoff here by a mile. TRK didn't see it, hit it straight into him.
I'm going to put you on the spot here, Johnny. Top of your head, what's like a super high scoring 1v1 you can think of? Is there one that everyone always thinks, oh, this could be XYZ?
You know, 1v1 without at least 20 goals is considered a dull affair. We could be in for a long game here. Multiple replays. I mean, usually when I'm watching, I skip the replays, but we're going to watch all of them in their full glory for this game. And every other 1v1 game at Gamers8. Yan trying to the airball shot. TRK read it correctly, knew the angle wasn't there.
Yan, though, is not letting TRK escape. He gets the ball as well. He catches it. He flicks it into the corner. Yan returns his lead.
Yan is just so difficult to defend. When he gets a boost advantage, he's got shots, he's got the physical plays, he's got the 50-50 game as well. I mean, he just does everything right in offense. But TRK has also had a lot of success with his 9 goals in 2 minutes between the two players, but Yan's had most of them.
TRK wrapping around that ball. Yan wins the challenge yet again, though. Puts it into the center. Buys himself some time. Has to get some boost here now, though. He's low. TRK has 100. Oh, and Yan's missed the boost. Can TRK punish him? No, somehow. Yan gets the save. He had nothing. He still has nothing. All he has is hope, endeavor, and maybe a slice of the ball. He hopes. Somehow he survives, at least for now. He's still boostless. And TRK makes it 5-5. We're not even halfway through.
I mean, that was just patience from TRK. Yan tried to pre-flip it to a 50-50, but he just didn't hit the center of the ball. TRK walks it in to tie the game. And both players have committed so much on the kickoff that we're seeing desperate positions. Yan's gone for a delayed kickoff against TRK. It's the bar. He tried to shoot it over him, and the second shot will force Yan back. It will allow TRK to steal the boost, but that could have been a goal.
Could be down the other end now, though. Yan, quick counter-attack down the heart of the Furia goal, or down the Falcons goal, should I say. Instead, we'll have some midfield play. The challenge this time goes to TRK. He gets the boost as well. Yan chasing, but he's just nibbling at TRK all the way. Can he get it over him? The flick, it's clean, it's good, it's pure, and it's in.
TRK saw Yan turning to close the gap, and he just flicked it right over him. As soon as Yan advanced, TRK immediately got the ball on top of his car and flung it into the top shelf of the net. Yan not too sneaky with that challenge, and not too sneaky with this delayed kickoffs either. I'm not expected to see that one again. Not this time, at least. What a swingy game we've seen in a legendary 1v1 rivalry.
I mean, cutting to TRK there, he looks so cool, calm, and collected. I don't know how he's doing it. But Yan gets it past him yet again. Then he fakes TRK out, and Yan makes this 6. And every time they come forward, there's another little slice of brilliance.
That is unreal from Yan. Fakes the shot from the corner. TRK thought he was going to surprise Yan with a quick recovery, but it was Yan who surprised TRK with a mind game.
6-6. And all analysis, all predictions are out the window right now. This is 2 heavyweight boxers scrapping it out. Going for haymakers. Yan over the top almost of TRK. Who gets the better recovery? It's Yan who gets the ball. And he actually picked up the boost this time, but TRK wins the challenge. It could be 7. How's the finish? Oh, the ball just bounced more than he wanted. And with 1 minute 25 left, it's Yan who has control.
Yeah, immediate recoveries by both players. What a shot by Yan. TRK thought he was sneaking up behind the ball here to challenge, unawares, but Jan could see him around the ball, just parking the bus, and the reverse challenge gets completely outplayed.
What was it you said earlier? Less than 20 goals, and everyone goes, wasn't that great? We might hit that target.
We're on track for sure. TRK and Jan are slugging it out. Defense has not really been too effective because the level that these two have played with their offensive strategy has been unbelievable to watch. I don't think I've seen the same shot twice. It's been different every time.
Oh.
Now TRK gets the 50-50 pass Jan, of course, and ties this game again.
14 goals. If you want to advertise 1v1, this would definitely be up there with the games that you should show people. End-to-end, goal-to-goal, mechanic to mechanic. And still they're neck and neck. 14 goals later and 4 minutes. We continue at full parity. Who wins this kickoff? To the side it goes. The TRK has control though. And we normally know what that means. Jan, how much longer can you last?
He has got no boost. He had to back off all the way to the corner. TRK opens up an angle with a hook shot.
The hook shot.
Fakes it. Goes for the just full volley instead. And Jan cuts him off. Great dodge in the demo by Jan as well, who's now got possession.
Jan. Almost past TRK, he gets the flick and he makes it 8.
Goodness.
The 15th goal sinks in the heart of the Falcons net.
What a play by Jan. Again, he had TRK within his vision. TRK's not hiding behind the ball there. His challenge is in plain sight, and Jan is clinical as ever. 1 goal the difference. This time it's Jan in the lead. I feel like he's had plenty leads this game, but every time TRK fires back, and he might fire back here, takes his time with the kickoff goal, misses his flick, and Jan has possession again.
And steals a couple more seconds as well, waiting for the ball to come to him and taking the boost. Jan has full control, TRK in front of him. 2-goal lead could be huge in a match like this one. No, it's saved again, and TRK does have control of it. He flicks it long this time, connects with it, gets around it, but Jan can just send it high. 17 seconds left. Is there going to be one more slice of drama?
And TRK backing off to mid-boost. He's going to try and turn and play this ball. He does get it. Jan with the immediate pre-jump, and TRK spotted it. He's got the floor double lined up, but Jan is back!
So close to the floor pinch, he had the read. Jan is going to defend this one to death. TRK chasing. What's he going to go for? It's going to drop just in front of the goal. The explosion from Jan. He gets Furia back into the series. He's earned the exhaustion. Yeah, lean back in your chair, matey. You've got every right after that one. 8-7, and they have to get right back into it in just 60 seconds time.
The man looks like he's in pain. He's leaning back in his chair.
We all are, Johnny.
He deserves it. What an effort by Jan. What a monumental game that could be. TRK put up a great fight, but Jan is back. He is here to defend his title, and we're going to do it in the ace match.
My goodness. It was almost a year ago that we had Game 7 between these two Gamers8 titans. And it was Furia that won out in overtime, no less, of the semi-finals before going on to claim the crown and claim glory. This time we're seeing these two face off much earlier in the competition, but Johnny, looking at these reactions and looking at the crowd, it means just as much.
I mean, the stress level, watching that 1v1 was stressful enough. I can't even imagine playing it. It was on a knife edge the entire time. The smallest of margins for every single goal, but Jan came out on top. Furia have looked like the better 3v3 team today as well. I feel like Falcons, they stole that second 3v3 game with a brilliant finish, I will admit, from Naupo. It was a fantastic shot to take it in overtime, but can they level up? They need to. Furia have had their number in 3 so far, and a massive dunk of the kickoff almost puts them up by 1 in a matter of seconds.
What a start that would have been for Furia. Instead, they'll have to keep on pushing, and if they are to take this lead, it's going to come all the way back to Lost. Maybe a couple of seconds just to relax as Lost takes control of the ball. TRK closing him down now, though. God, I'm just wondering how much they're going to give it to Jan. If Jan needs a slight mental break, same with TRK, as much as you can have in Game 5 of a 3v3.
Yeah, they're probably wishing right now that they could just take a break and let the other play too. So here's a chance. It's off target. Naupo had the double. It's back in for Ahmad. It's saved. It's Furia again, who are looking like the quicker team in 3s, but Falcons, with a burst of pace in offense, have them on the ropes.
Ahmad is going to get this one. Beats his teammates to the ball and beats the opponents, but Jan and Card, the two of them combine. And Card also gets it past towards Lost. In the center now, Card up against Ahmad. Good pace from Ahmad. Now put in the corner. Who does he have in the middle? TRK is trying to find a TRK pre-jumped, tried to be too smart.
Well, the comms are not working there for Falcons. Pre-jump came through, and it's at the other end now. Lost gets the goal. Keeper got a touch, but it wasn't enough.
It wasn't enough at all. Falcons could not have been punished more for their indiscretion. Nalpo almost got in, but couldn't quite get enough of that ball to keep it out. Furia 1-0 to the good, and they have looked better in the threes despite losing game 3.
Yeah, no clinical finishing there from Falcons. The chances have been there in the first minute. None of them have been taken. Furia got half a look and they immediately scored. Falcons again into the orange half. 50-50 goes over. That was strong from Naupo, but unfortunately for them, it bounced high. Now here's some time for TRK. He's air dribbling again. This didn't work at the closing seconds of the 1v1. It doesn't work now.
Falcons may be showing now the game plan they intend to have going forwards. Full attack, just like we saw from TRK in the 1v1. Furia counter-attacking, almost doubling their lead. Here comes Jan. It's actually hit wide, and Lost can't quite get the redirect on target. Now the counter, Nalpo in the middle. TRK to the backboard. Is anyone arriving? It doesn't matter, because Lost clears hugely.
Yeah, great read by Lost there. I mean, it looked like TRK would be likely to shoot, but he pinged it to the backboard, expecting it to be open, and Lost was already up there, ready to take the ball to safety. That clear's going nowhere. Lost again, sends it back into the Falcons half. Falcons have got to be careful here. Furia have scored more goals than threes than they have, even though the games have been traded. Now they've scored more in the first half of this game as well. Second half rapidly approaching.
And once the backboard, Lost does great work actually to stay behind the ball and take it away in these high pressure situations. Card and Jan didn't quite have the same synergy they had earlier there on that play. And Falcons can come forward as the game ticks past the halfway mark. Furia with the 1-0 lead. Maybe it's going to be 2 here depending on what Lost can do with the ball. Jan was coming in. Card is just going to push that one to the side where Lost is waiting. And Furia happy to take their time. Falcons less so. TRK over the top, but Jan is there. Furia defending well, Johnny.
Yeah, Furia have had just simply better defense. They're having more success getting the ball from defense into attack. This has been a struggle for Falcons earlier on today, more so. Now they're getting more clean looks at it, but there's just not many clear-cut chances for Falcons. As Furia continue to defend bravely, that double from TRK is even going to be blocked by Card. Great boost management by Furia under pressure here. And now suddenly a chance comes through. Now push chipped in middle. Ahmad getting blocked out. TRK is uncontested for now. Doesn't have a flip yet. That could change. Not in time as Card closes the gap. Yeah,
time is starting to run out again though. Falcons have Furia pinned, but so far they're wriggling and surviving. TRK, he shoots though, and there was Lost from within the goal. What a performance he has had in threes. So far it's winning it for his team.
Yeah, Lost has just been there every single time that they need him. Naupo with a huge flip reset. Bump misses from TRK on the goalkeeper. Now Ahmad's all alone, and he's got Lost to worry about. Reset from Lost. No touches on the ball afterwards. They don't need it. They're looking brilliant in defense. Something that you wouldn't say about Furia a long time ago. What a transformation they've had.
Can there be one moment of magic from Falcons to at least force an overtime? Not with Jan getting these redirects. Lost shoots, but it's wide. And it falls to Nalpo. What a debut this could be. What a moment of magic it could be from the new player, but it's not quite there for them. They're still pushing all the way to the end. Jan tees up Card on their own goal line. Furia still passing the ball around, but Falcons are gonna have another go at it.
Oh, Jan's missed that one. Half a chance, but it's blocked. Again, Furia just pounced on the second ball. They take it all the way to the Falcons side. It's off the bar and out.
Oh, so close again. Saved there by Falcons, and they'll push through all the way to the end. Nalpo over Jan. Can he get another huge dunk? It's not going to happen. Card on the back wall. Ahmad steams in. Lost in front of him. Pinched past him. TRK fakes it up for Nalpo! Oh! And pushes it into the top corner!
What a shot by Naupo. Lost pre-jumped and still couldn't get there. That is perfection. We have a tie game.
We have a tied game, and we have a new young player in town who has the ability to change series like this one. Ahmad could finish it even before overtime. It's gonna hit the floor, and history's gonna repeat. It's gonna come to overtime of a deciding game.
And Falcons have come alive in 3v3. They get the first possession. They've got boosts on TRK backing up Ahmad here. He doesn't find a way into the play though. It bounces away from him. Great touch by Naupo, but Jan's going to collect. And you know what that means. To the air goes Jan. He wants the ceiling pitch double, but it goes too low.
The ball is belonging to Card right now. Ahmad, there's a few of them that go in. Naupo's at the back post. Lost, he's going to shoot this one if he can, but it's saved again by Falcons. Having to do some defending, they're going to have to do even more here. Naupo gets the ball, Ahmad in the center. Ahmad goes up, the pre-jump is good. It hits the back wall, it's going to bounce more than Furia would have wanted. Card, though, can take control of it. Is anyone going to challenge him? Yes, it's Ahmad. So both teams almost having chances, but the defense is being strong. Oh, Lost waits for a second, but it's still read by Falcons.
And more mind games by Furia in the last third of the pitch. Falcons getting a bit stacked up here, but Naupo finds some space. Loose touch by Lost. Gets him initially pounced on by Falcons, but they can't control it either. No real passes connecting here. But it looks like Falcons will be the team to get the next chance. Oh, never mind, what a play by Jan. It's into the middle now. TRK turning an attack from Furia into a counter immediately. Suddenly a slow play. Emerges. It's Guard. He bounces it under, but Naupo's there.
Not just getting the goals, making the saves on the goal line as well. Standing so tall for his small frame, Naupo. Onto the back wall again. Here's Jan, but it's saved. Falcons, all of them getting in the way. Lost.
Oh!
He misses. That was the opportunity. And now it's Ahmad, his turn to get rid of it. He waits instead. Card could punish him for that. TRK arriving. Jan, is there going to be a redirect? Not this time. Falcons survive an onslaught from Furia.
What a level both teams are playing at right here, but now the mistakes are starting to come through. Lost alone, no problem. He takes the ball all by himself past two players.
TRK up against Card. In the center, Naupo's waiting for it, but Jan isn't going to let it fall for him. Ahmad, does he have a pass to the side? Not this time, so Lost, he can hit it cleanly, but now the mistakes are starting to happen. The pressure's starting to mount for both teams. Jan knocks it down, Ahmad waits, but Jan is just waiting for it. Oh, that's awkward though from Lost, but Card was aware of what was happening and is able to sweep up, but they're all there, Johnny. All Furia players in one corner.
Another fake coming through. Lost looking to bring Card back into the play. And he might look for someone in the middle here. Jan's retreated the entire length of the pitch. Try and find some space, try and find some boost. Another brief lull before we get right back into fast-paced action. The changes of pace have almost led to goals for Furia on multiple occasions. Ooh, TRK just able to block out Jan there, and Ahmad beats his man, but Furia again collecting the ball and getting right back into attack.
TRK, his touch isn't ideal, it's only as far as Jan, who goes to the ceiling, gets the flip reset. TRK doesn't need to be defending that one because Ahmad was able to help him out before it came for him. Now Jan just towards Naupo. Naupo, does he clear the path for TRK? No, instead he is the path that TRK can't quite get in the way of. Ahmad towards Lost. No player able to string a couple of touches together. It's just so messy at the moment. It's scrappy. 50-50 games have to be strong from all of them. Full for Naupo! Oh! Naupo makes his mark! He's here and he is ready!
Falcons have done it. TRK blocking Jan on the last save. Jan would have had that save, he had plenty boost. But Naupo's shot goes in undefended. Falcons pointing across the stage. They have their revenge.
And it's best served cold, and that was an ice-cold performance from a man who's never been in this situation, never even played with his team competitively. 2 massive goals for Naupo, the late equalizer, and then the overtime winner. And I tell you what, Johnny, as far as debuts go, that was not a bad one.
I mean, that was a great step up there from Falcons. They were outplayed in both of the 3v3s beforehand, even though they got the win. TRK and Jan showing him a lot of respect there. A smile as they know they had an epic battle in game 4 there that I'm sure they'll both look back on fondly. But it's Falcons who advance into the upper bracket final of the group against Carmine Corp.
Oh man.
Furia need to make the lower bracket run, but I think they're ready. They look ready to make that run. The level we just witnessed was incredible. That felt like a grand final. It was an upper semi-final of the group stage.
I mean, there is so much to talk about. I cannot wait to hear what the desk have to say. What a series that was.
or what Jorby doesn't have to say anymore. It was electric in here,
Wow.
though. It was phenomenal. Everyone at the edge of their seats. I saw production popping off as well.
Yeah, they were going nuts.
This was something. Everyone in this studio was into it, Jorby, right up to the end of it. I mean, it was a great match. You can't deny it.
Honestly, Johnny said it best. That felt like a grand final.
It did.
Right? Stumpy and I were just like geeking out at every single touch, every single 50. And everyone's like, wait, he's in the air for that one.
Yeah.
It's like someone gets a reset. He beats the first defender, but then he's in the air. He takes it away. Napo was playing ridiculously. And oh my goodness, lost in this series.
Oh, man.
That's some of the best Rocket League I've ever seen him play.
Yeah.
But man, Falcons were so clutch in this series.
I feel like it also came down to the fact that when we saw these teams face off against each other, it felt like a titanic match, and that was everything that we wanted it to be. That 1v1 was trading goals back and forth the entire time. Ended up with like 17 goals, whatever it was. The final one, not quite sneaking its way in, Jan popping off. You then see them then hop into that 3v3, and my word, everyone in this studio was going crazy. Me and Jorby, for both teams, by the way, we were like, oh my god, what a 50. And then like saying, oh yes,
Every 50 was like that.
Just so much excitement, and that, hearing all the audience as well, we can hear it through our headphones, hearing the audience go crazy for their home team. And now, Po, what a debut he has had.
100%. And what revenge for Falcons actually winning in front of their home crowd. It still had to go the distance. One of the most intense games